Good morning, I'm Lucas Holopman. We will introduce the Day of the Dead to compare the Qingming Festival. We are group 2. The Day of the Dead takes place on second days on November and is celebrated in Mexico and all Spanish-speaking countries. However, they are similar but different celebrations. In Spain, people visit church and families' grave to honor ancestors. But in Mexico, people will hold special family gatherings and parties. This festival is a key symbol of national identity to Mexican. Mexicans pay humanicity on that theme. Also, the Day of the Dead is not a day foremost to scary or sad occasions, but to honor, recognize, and raise deceased ancestors. In the Day of the Dead, people hold various activities. They place an altar or an veranda inside their home or cemeteries, and the function of the altar is to welcome the souls returning to the human world instead of worshipping. People put the dead photos, water, food, and candle on the altar. Each candle represents each dead relative. The main message of this culture is that although the heart is of friends or family members stop breathing and they are buried, they should not be forgotten. Apart from that, food plays an important role in Day of the Dead. Some popular foods across the Mexico country, such as pan de muertos. It is a sweetened soft bread shaped like a bun and placed sugar on the top. It has a small bone-shaped decoration topping that symbolizes 4 paths of the universe in pre-Columbian mythology. And clothing is also important. La Cadena is a popular custom for women. They dressing up in customs associated with the holidays and paint their face like sugar skulls for the celebrations. This culture is the most popular symbol for death. And wearing customs become a big part of the Day of the Dead. Moreover, people pray all the way from altar to cemetery with miracles in order to guide the soul to be back. Its original meaning is the flower of many petals. In Mexico, its meaning the flower of the dead. Virgos is bright orange or yellow, which represent the sun. People believe strong aroma of the flowers can attract spirits and return to visit their families.
I'm Yu Chen Pui. I'm now going to talk about the Qingming Festival. Qingming Festival is on the 4th of April or the 5th of April, which is aimed to remember and worship our ancestors. Qingming Festival is in Chinese traditional concept. Filial piety is one of the virtues to be held above all else. Family bonding is emphasized in the whole family. It's not just only within the core family. Because the Qingming Festival can be showing the family bonding to our children and educate for our children to remember that our parents and children is up and down relationship, and we should take care and respect our parents at all the time. Also, Qingming Festival have 4 elements, which is 4 activities, which is visit the graves, tidy up the graves, and making offer of food, and light up the incense for our died people. Also, for the food, we will place some chicken, egg, fruit, rice, and in front of our graves to serve our ancestors. Also, in the dressings, we will need to wear the casual dressing in plain colors to showing our respect. In the Qingming Festival, we should place some the yellow and white flower in front of our graves to represent the missing and the remembering.
I'm Li Hongpan. We are going to compare two cultures. First, we find that there is a same family value in Hispanic culture and Chinese culture. People show respect to their ancestors on the Day of the Dead and in the Qingming Festival. They also make a lot of food and offer flowers. In both Hispanic and history culture, family is an important component in their life, and the connection among each family members is strong. In Hispanic culture, Day of the Dead is a day to bond whole family together. People put all deceased family members' photo on the altar, and the people think that every family member is important. Also, they put a lot of effort to decorate the altar so that whole family can get blessing from the ancestor. They wish that the family can be happy and safe in the next year. There is a same value on family in Chinese culture. As my groupmate mentioned, value is important in Chinese culture. Offspring should respect and care their senior, and the seniors show love and care to their offspring. Qingming Festival is one of the examples to show how Chinese emphasize the value of family. Chinese believe that they can send food and money to their ancestors in the world after death by burning those paper. They want their ancestors to have a better quality of life. They also believe that they can get blessing from the ancestor because they are in the same family. So we can see that there is a same value on family in both cultures.
I'm Tang Yichen Joyce, and I will talk about the different view towards death. In Hispanic society, people do not think that death is not the end of life, but the nature part of human cycle. They are open-minded and positive, so they can easily accept death. People view the day of death not as the day of sadness. There is a proverb in Mexico, which means that death does not worth sadness and fears. Therefore, the altar are not for worshipping, but let the spirit cross over to the realm of the living. And they think that they can celebrate with the ancestors' spirit on that day happily. Moreover, people may pray for their deceased idol and friends. People feel happy and get together to celebrate during the day of the death. They will gather and adore the graves with brilliantly colorful flowers together. Also, there is a carnival which hold every year to celebrate this festival. Even the travelers go to Mexico, they will join these activities on the day of the death. On the other hand, Chinese will feel sad and fear about death. They will be negative to face death and try to avoid talking about death. Compared to Mexico, they have no idea about death, and it has some difference to Hispanic culture. And Chinese may sweat tombs and commemorate their ancestor. Chinese does not celebrate in Qingming Festival. They may feel upset because they think about their deceased family. The meditation should be with serious mood. Otherwise, they will think that it shows disrespectful. Also, Chinese will adore the graves with natural colors. It is not same as Mexico. The Mexican will use the colorful flowers, which brings happiness mood, but Chinese is not. Also, Chinese cannot eat meat. It represents a kind of respect to their ancestor. There is a big difference in the view towards death between Chinese culture and Hispanic culture.
To conclude, there are similar activity in the Day of the Dead and on the Qingming Festival. This reflects that Chinese have a same value on family with the Hispanic culture. However, they have different view on the debt. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you.